Many hundreds of years ago, in ancient Greece, there lived a king named Midas. His home was a white stone palace overlooking the land of Phrygia, where he was a fair and kind ruler over all the citizens. They loved him and thought he was an excellent king because he did not tax them heavily and lived a modest life. He lived with his lovely wife, Queen Midas, and young son named Lyteraces. He adored them, and they had everything they could possibly need. Their lives were very happy. One day, Midas was bathing in the reeds at the bottom of his garden. The warm river water washed all over him, and he sang as he rinsed himself. "Oh, I'm as happy as can be, as happy ever should be. Happy as the happiest man is me." From out of the reeds on the other side of the river bank popped a horned head. A satyr had heard Midas's song, and it had woken him up from a deep slumber. "What a lovely song you have there, sir," shouted the satyr across the river bank. As he trotted through the water, Midas saw he had the legs of a goat to match the horns on his head. He recognized him at once as a servant of Dionysus, the god of fine food and merriment. Midas had heard the legends of these creatures. If you treated them with good will, they had been known to grant wishes. Midas immediately invited the satyr into his house for some food and a comfortable bed to sleep in. Midas was a kind and hospitable host, so the satyr stayed for 10 days and nights. "Please eat as much as you like and stay as long as you need, my friend," said Midas warmly. "I have plenty, and to share it with you would be an honor." After the 10 days and nights had passed, the satyr decided it was time to move on. Before he left, he said to Midas, "Sir, you have been so kind to me. Please allow me to grant you a wish. My master, Dionysus, would be happy to give you anything you desire." "Well, satyr, I have everything I need, but often I wonder how much happier I could be if I was richer. If you please, I would like more gold. I would like everything I touch to turn to gold. A man with a golden touch, he could truly buy everything the world has to offer." The satyr looked gravely at Midas. "What you ask for is dangerous, my friend," said the satyr. "The richest men are not always the happiest." Overcome with the idea of great wealth, Midas did not listen. "This is my only wish." Midas woke up the next morning and remembered his wish. He eagerly touched his fingertips to his bed. Crack! His sheets turned into gleaming golden pieces. Midas whooped with delight. The satyr had granted his wish. "Now I can be the richest man in all the world. Just think of the wealth I can have." He pulled a bunch of grapes from a nearby fruit bowl to eat for breakfast. Crack! The grapes turned into gold, just like the bed sheets. "Oh dear," said Midas, "I suppose I will need to find something else to eat." Midas wandered through his house, opening doors that turned to gold underneath his magical fingers, drawing curtains that promptly fell from their rails under their new weight. He grasped a goblet of water and even the liquid turned to solid under his touch. With horror, Midas began to realize what he had done. How would he eat? What would he wear? He began to panic and ran outside to find Queen Midas and Lityerses. The queen greeted him with a kiss. Crack! As his arms closed around her, Queen Midas turned into a statue of pure gold. Crack! Lityerses ran to embrace his father, but as soon as their hands touched, the boy, too, became a shimmering, solid statue. "No, no," he cried. "The satyr was right. Now I am rich beyond any man or king, but I will be lonely forever. I would give up all this wealth for just one more real embrace with my son." Midas sobbed and sobbed, too afraid to touch anything else or even to move. When he finally looked up, the satyr was standing near him. "Midas, I have given you what you wished for," said the satyr. "Why are you not enjoying your wealth?" "My greed," Midas wailed. "My desires have been my downfall. I would be the poorest man in the kingdom if I could have one more kiss from my wife." "Now you see my meaning. The richest men cannot buy the love of a child or the sweet embrace of a wife. You are a good man at heart, Midas. For this I will give you one more chance." With a terrible noise, the golden statues of Queen Midas and Lityerses split down the middle like cracked nuts. In the center, the two stood just as they had before they were frozen. King Midas cried tears of joy and hugged his family close to his chest. His golden touch was gone. Midas turned to thank the satyr, but he had already disappeared again. "I have learned so much from the wise creature," said Midas. "Never again shall I let my greed cloud the truly important things in my life."